Hi guys, welcome. It's Nikki Free, and I want to come on here today and give you guys a quick weekly recap of some things that have been going on. I have been traveling and haven't been able to do a video in a little bit, so I wanted to kind of start out with this whole Raz B situation. Raz B has decided to come forth on the internet and say that he wants to leave the Millennium Tour. The Millennium Tour is a tour with B2K that actually has just started. Very early into the tour, he's already stating that he doesn't feel comfortable and he wants to quit the tour. I do want to play his audio for you because I do want to make sure that you guys hear what he had to say, and then I'm going to come back and give my piece.
Let me correct myself. Raz B is officially off the tour. I don't feel safe because I feel like Chris Stokes is around. So guess what? I'm off the tour. Good luck to everybody. No disrespect to Amari because he's my boy. Amari, if you come talk to me, you want me to do this tour, I'll do this tour, but I'm officially off the tour. Okay? Oh, and guess what? I guess we're about to shoot the new Surviving Chris Stokes movie, right? So, yo, Ricky Rowe, call Lifetime because I'm ready to talk.
Okay, so you guys just heard what he had to say. Basically, he doesn't feel safe. He wants off the tour. But if Omarion calls him and says that he wants him to do the tour, he'll do the tour. No. If you feel unsafe and if you don't want to do the tour, you don't want to do the tour. And my thought on this is I feel like the guy should just give him his wish. Let him off the tour. I don't think they should call him. I think they should let him go back overseas where he was and work on his mental state. Now, if something did happen to him or didn't happen to him, no one knows for sure except for him and the people that were involved. But it's safe to say that he had issues prior to going on this tour, even with his bandmates. He was complaining that they all were molested. Well, actually, he was saying that himself and a few others were molested in the group. And some people in the group participated in the molestation, allegedly. And all of this, these issues that he had with his bandmates. And then, of course, you know, he had the huge issue with his manager. So my thing, Chris Stokes, my thing is with him, he has issues, okay? Regardless of what happened to him, he has issues that he needs to work out. Mentally, he's not prepared for this tour, and he's already complaining. Let him go. I think they should let him go. The tour will go on fine. Otherwise, he is going to be a distraction and not a good one. He's already shown some symptoms of being a stunt queen. I feel like if someone looks at him wrong, he's going to be back on the gram, making, you know, claims to leave and, you know, doing all this extra stuff that they don't need at this time. It's business. He's not ready, so they should release him. That's my thoughts on that. I think he should get the help that he needs. If someone did, if he indeed did get molested as a child, then that situation should be handled by the authorities or, you know, accordingly. But as far as the tour goes, that's business. The other bandmates seems to be fine with Chris Stokes, and they seem to be fine with the tour. So the people that are fine with it should just go on. People have paid their money. They want a good show. They don't want all this extra, and they don't need this negative distraction. So I say, you know, Chris is right. He should remove himself from the tour. I think that was a great thing that he said, and I think he should stick to it. All right, so anyway, next person I want to bring up is the whole Wendy Williams and Howard Stern situation. Wow. I mean, Howard Stern really roasted Wendy all the way to the ground. Did you guys hear that tape? Oh my gosh. It was crazy. I mean, he went off. He went below the belt. He called her everything but a child of God. Multiple times he called her the C word that rhymes with blunt. He called her a drag queen. He called her, he said her peen was bigger than his. I mean, just everything bad that you could say about a woman, he said it pretty much. He even said, like, kind of insinuated that she had a drug problem, perhaps. And it was just not good. I mean, it was just really not good. All this because she said he went Hollywood. And what I want to do, guys, I want to play for you exactly what Wendy said so you can make up in your own mind what you think. I'm sure a lot of you have already heard it, but just in case you haven't, let me play what she said and we'll go from there. Listen to what Wendy had to say.
Two people I admire that got me to where I am in my head, Oprah and Howard Stern. I always tell you that. For two very different reasons. Howard Stern has a new book coming out. It's like #1 on Amazon. It's going to be #1 for a long time. Everybody's going to buy this book. It's his first book in over 20 years. And it's called, he still looks good, doesn't he? Yeah. It's called Howard Stern Comes Again. Well, they say, they say, no, that Howard's been gone. Stop the laugh. Howard is so Hollywood right now that this book is going to be, this is what you read, Howard, I love you. But since you've gone Hollywood, everything that you say is so predictable. Every story is going to be about, oh, I love this one, and then we went on their yacht, and he's a Hollywood insider now, which sucks, because you started, like me, being of the people, but at some point you sat behind that microphone for too long, and now you are the people. And for somebody like me, it hurts. I've been on Howard's show twice, and I often get in the streets Wendy, we heard you on Howard. It's on YouTube, Anyway, if you'd like to get this book, and you should get it. It hits shelves in May. Yeah. Well, that's it for Hot Topics.
Okay, so as you see, Wendy, she started out saying that he was someone that she admired, him and Oprah. She said positive things about his look. She said he looked great. Doesn't he still look great? But she basically was saying that he went Hollywood. That was her opinion. I mean, certainly people can say a lot worse about Howard Stern than he went Hollywood. And for me, I don't watch Howard Stern. I remember watching Howard Stern like a long time ago. When I was really, really young. For some reason, I don't know why I was watching Howard Stern when I was really young, but I was a kid and I can remember, I don't know if it was some adult that was watching him or why, but I do remember Howard Stern. I know he was very entertaining, very funny, and very inappropriate. He would say all these wild and crazy things. And then I don't know what happened. I don't know why I didn't continue to listen to him, but that's not the point. The point is, Wendy, I feel, didn't say something that warranted his response. And it wasn't like she went for the jugular and talked about his looks and said, oh, he looks terrible on this cover, blah, blah, blah. But I did listen to his entire rant, and he seemed emotionally hurt. Now, I don't know what type of friendship they had, but it was almost as if your best friend, went behind your back and started talking about you, and it just really hurt you, or someone really, really, really close to you. So I don't know. It was more like his feelings were hurt, and he was really in his feelings, and he actually admitted that it bothered him that Wendy had the audacity to say something negative about him. But he totally omitted all the positive things that she said about him. And she also did a little promotion for his book and actually told people to go and buy his book. Not that he really needs the promotion, I guess, because he's already #1 and he always sells out, she said, but it still was a positive thing to do. She said, go get the book. So there was a lot of positive, but he omitted all of that and only focused on the one little thing, her saying he went Hollywood. And, because, of course, Wendy has a lot of people that absolutely do not like her. A lot of people were like, oh, drag her, or whatever. But to be logical, he went too far. It was too much. And he even said in his little rant that he feels that he's going to regret a lot of what he said, later. And I'm sure after listening to this, I'm sure he will regret it, and he realized that it was a bit much. I don't think any man should really go there that far in on a woman who has just said something so minuscule. If she had said something, that warranted something like that, I can understand it, because if you dish it out, you should be able to take it. But I don't feel that. I feel Wendy has said a lot worse, about people. And I feel like this was like a little, oh, he went Hollywood. And I don't know. some people, Hollywood, saying you win Hollywood is a good thing. Some people say they win Hollywood, you know. So going Hollywood, even though I know she meant it in a negative way, it's not always meant in a negative way for some people. But for her, I think in that instance, she did kind of mean it in a negative way. So I think that's where he was not happy about it. At any rate, so on that, I feel that Howard kind of went in on her a little bit too much. And if you haven't heard it, it's I listened to it on his Twitter. Howard Stern's Twitter has the rant, and it has I can't play it. It has every bad word you can think of. He called her everything. Okay, everything that's ever been said about Wendy, he said it, and he added a little bit more to it. And, you know, I think he considered her to be a friend, but he said no more. He's done with her. She's not a friend. He was saying that no one likes her. The last time he was on his show, no one wanted her to come on his show, but he was the one that fought for her, I guess, to be on the show. He wanted her, and no one else on his team wanted her. You know, just things like that. He even went in to say her staff didn't like her, and he knows that her staff doesn't like her. He said basically she should be worried about her husband and not him. I mean, just, you know, a lot of little jabs. But anyway, I'm sure Wendy will be fine. She has a lot of other stuff going on. And certainly people have always said bad things about her. So she seems to have tough skin, so I'm sure she's okay. I don't think Wendy will address this, and I wouldn't advise that she address this. I mean, why? Anyway, so that was Howard Stern. He's done with Wendy. He is completely done with her. And like I said, for me, I think he went a little bit too far on this. What she said did not warrant that type of response. Okay, next I want to talk about R. Kelly and all of his ex-girlfriends coming forward. So Dominique, the best way to describe Dominique, I think, to make everyone remember, is she's the one that was really girly before, and then she, after being with R. Kelly, she kind of looked like a boy, you know, after a while. So then there's Azriel Clary and Joycelyn Savage. Now, Joycelyn Savage and Azriel Clary, as you know, was on Good Morning America the same time as R. Kelly did his famous interview with Gayle King, and they stood behind R. Kelly 100%. Also, guys, I do have those interviews with R. Kelly, like the clips. I did videos on those, so you can go back and look at those if you want. I did not put the ones up with the girls because I just wanted to kind of briefly go over it. Those girls, it's really tough to know what's really going on with these girls and R. Kelly. But one thing I will say, I think these girls really are probably feel that they're in love with him, but I think there's something more to this, because who is going to really sit up on national TV and say the things they said about their parents? The way they said it, they were just so cold. I mean, there are people who have really went through things with their parents, but they kind of keep it in. It's like kind of personal because it's your parents, and out of respect, you kind of like don't say much. But for them, they went in on their parents. And most of the time when you see people going in like that, it's when they've been abused by their parents in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But these girls are saying this because they feel like their parents wanted money from R. Kelly. I mean, that was their main, and fame. That was their main reason for going in on their parents. So I don't know. I feel like either there's more to meets the eye with the parents, or they definitely were put up by R. Kelly to do this, like to really put their parents down, as they say, to show their loyalty to him. I'm leaning more towards that. They're doing it to, show their loyalty. Now, I can't say that their parents are 100% innocent because I don't feel that way either. But I'm just saying that I think there's a combination of things. I think it's a combination of R. Kelly and the parents kind of mixed in there. But like everyone else I'm watching, I wasn't there, so I don't know all of the facts. But it's looking kind of weird with them coming out talking about their parents that way and then standing behind R. Kelly so strongly. But don't let this distract you from the fact that even if R. Kelly is innocent with this particular situation with these girls, let's just say that he's innocent and everything that these girls are saying is true, they really love him, whatever, it doesn't matter. R. Kelly has other issues. These girls can't save him. There's other stuff on the table. That's the thing. And what he's in trouble for now is more of this whole alleged tapes that they have and these other underage girls that they allegedly have. That seems to be more of the focus right now, as opposed to Azriel and Jocelyn. You know, as far as Azriel and Jocelyn goes, I think their parents, one, want to make sure they're safe. There's been allegedly this suicide pact, like if R. Kelly were to go to jail, the girls are supposedly planning to like off themselves. That's been said, and this is all alleged, but the police even went to his house because of this alleged pact to do a wellness check. So to me, where there's smoke, there's always fire. So there's something going on there with that as well. I just think, why? Okay, to me, logically, just to make everything just, I don't know, easier. If they really are a loving couple and everything's okay, why can't the girls just go and get their own place, and so until all this cools down, and perhaps maybe just have a little conversation with their parents to tell them how they feel. Even if they don't like their parents, just have a conversation, say, look, I'm done with you. I don't want to hang out with you. I'm, whatever, but just have a private conversation, meet up with the parents. Don't make it about social media and the spotlight. Why can't they do something like that just to take the focus off of them, and then R. Kelly can have time to work on his own issues that he has outside of them. I don't know. I just feel like this is another distraction that is just not positive, having those girls still with R. Kelly. But in their heads, I guess they feel like, oh, this is my man or whatever. So I don't know. It just sounds like a clusterfuck, and it's just a lot. And I don't get how this is still going on, and how these girls don't see anything wrong with the situation. I just don't know. I don't know how this is going to all play out. But I will say that they are adults, the girls. And as far as they go, they do have the right to choose to do whatever it is, date whoever they want to date and do whatever they want to do. But if they are in danger, then let's just hope that somebody can get in there and get them some help. Because I don't know. At this point, it's so confusing. This is all just so confusing. Which leads me to Dominique, who actually kind of made the other girl's story look kind of reasonable. But, I mean, I don't know. So Dominique is saying that her mom is full of shit, basically. And that her mom is just doing everything for clout. And that her mom really never, cared about her that way. And, oh, it's just horrible, because it's discrediting the whole situation here, So if her mom is not about anything, and her mom also was just in it for the money, and she's coming out saying it, and she's not even with R. Kelly, it is looking like fishy. So yeah, with this whole R. Kelly thing, it's just a lot. And I feel like I said, even if he's not guilty of anything with these new girls, I think the old stuff that is surfacing may be what really gets him. But then again, he may not get got. Nothing may happen, nothing may come of this. But it is looking like he's going to jail based on what they've said. But we have to see what happens in court. We have to see what evidence they really have. A lot of this stuff could be smoke and mirrors. Are the victims going to show up this time? Do they really have these? There's just so many things that could go wrong on a trial, and R. Kelly could be walking free again. Or, I mean, they could have their stuff together and he could be behind bars. We'll see how it goes. A lot of people are thinking that this is it this time. And a lot of the reason why people think that this is it is because they think that he doesn't have that much money and he won't be able to pay for the defense. But on that, they say he doesn't have that much money, but he's living in Trump Towers. And I mean, that's not cheap. he has this lawyer. This lawyer has to be getting money. Like, how is he able to afford all of that? So I wouldn't count his money. I wouldn't sit back and think that he isn't able to do things because of money, because you just never know. I mean, he keeps, you know, like, he's like a cat with 9 lives. You see these people, his fans or whoever, he keeps having this money miraculously pop up. And where's this money coming from? You know, where is all of this money coming from? I mean, how do we know, you know, where he keeps his money or who he has to, you know, keep money here for him, keep money there for him? You just never know. We don't really know how much money this man has. All people know is that he's allegedly paid out money to people and that he doesn't have his publishing. But still, he still made a lot of money over the years. We have no idea what he actually did with all this money. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. I don't know. What do you guys think about R. Kelly? Do you think he is guilty, innocent, gonna get off, whatever? What are your thoughts? You can comment below and let me know what you think. Also, I wanted to lastly talk about, well, actually I have two final people I want to talk about. But I'm going to now talk about Dame Dash. Dame Dash, I think it was back on the 5th of this month, said that he was going to turn himself in to the police because he had this warrant out for child support that he had already paid. It was a shock to him because he had paid the child support, and also I guess Rachel Roy had the ability to write her own checks through the company or something like that they had together. And, you know, it just sounded like a bunch of a huge misunderstanding. I don't know. But it was $400,000. So I don't know how you could not know that you owe $400,000. But he was saying that he didn't know because of the fact that I guess he had already given them such large sums of money. He had given one of his child's mothers $150,000 to buy a house or something like that, and then the other one, Rachel Roy, she had the ability to write her own checks, you know, through the company. So he felt like they had gotten their money, plus other stuff he had done for them, large sums of money. So I'm sorry, he had also given them other large sums of money, so he felt like they had gotten their money, you know, and he was free and clear. But my thing is on this, I don't know if Dame is innocent or guilty on this. I'm not sure of the outcome because he mentioned that he was going to turn himself in. And honestly, I've looked and looked and I haven't seen anything else about it since. Have you guys? Have you guys seen anything about this? I have not seen anything else about this. Did he turn himself in? What happened? Did he go to jail? Because when I looked at his, I follow him on Instagram, and on Instagram, he seemed to be posting quite a bit on his story every day. I didn't see where he was like not around. It seemed like he was always still like in the LA area. So I don't know. I saw him hanging out with Tori Hart, Kevin Hart's ex-wife. I saw him hanging out with a bunch of his people from Harlem. But I didn't see him in New York in jail or him posting about anything about going to jail. So if I missed that, please someone fill me in. I haven't heard anything else about it. I would love to know what happened on that. Lastly, I want to talk about Jussie Smollett. Jussie Smollett is either innocent or there's something mentally going on, okay? Because no one stressed like George Jefferson to the courtroom with that much confidence if they're really guilty. In their, you know, like in their head, I guess. In his mind, I feel like he really feels that he's innocent and he hasn't done anything. So either he's going to come with some smoking gun or he is really needing some type of mental help. Because why? Jussie Smollett, first of all, before Empire, a lot of people didn't even know who he was. And that's not a dig to him, but I'm just saying he wasn't like, that was his breakout role pretty much, was Empire, where it kind of like put him on the map. And then before this stunt that happened with the alleged attack, a lot of people still didn't know who he was. But now it's like everyone knows who he is. But my thing is, if Empire was his breakout role, why would he risk that role to do something like this, you know, and people are saying money, but he would have been making a whole hell of a lot more money on Empire than he had ever made with the past things that he was doing. So it just, none of it makes sense. And then to add to this, he wants cameras to be in the courtroom. To me, that's like, it's like making it seem more and more like a stunt, like this is all for clicks and views and, you know, clout. Unless he's going to really come with a smoking gun and expose some people and really, really, really come with something that we're like, whoa, blown away, then I'm not sure why he would even want the cameras there to further prove that he's a liar. Like, why is this going on? So again, either Jussie, I'm convinced, either Jussie is innocent or there's something mental going on. And I don't say that to put down anyone with any type of mental illness, of course, but I say that because it's facts. I mean, a sane person, why would you do this? You know, and the way he is walking into that, the way he walked into that courtroom with that confidence, like, I mean, he was actually straight, and he had sunglasses on. Who does that? I mean, who does that? You know, Jussie was confident. He had sunglasses on. He was walking way ahead of everybody else. He was damn near running in there. You know, I mean, he was really strutting. Like, he had some evidence in his hand that was a smoking gun that was going to show everybody that he was innocent. Like, he had the tape from the camera showing that he got beat down by these Make America Great Again people, you know? That's how he was acting. Like, he had secured the footage and he had to prove the smoking gun that he was innocent, and we were all going to have to drop to our knees and apologize to him. So I don't know what Jussie has up his sleeve. Why would he want to take this to trial? Why is he taking this far if he's really not innocent? I mean, think about it. Why would he do this? Come on. Logically, who would do something like this? Who in their right mind would do something like this? I mean, honestly, guys, you have to really think about this. So Jussie is up to something. He wants the cameras there. If you ask me, if it comes out that, you know, he doesn't have anything, let's get this man some kind of psychological help, you know, because something's up. We can't just overlook this. This is strange. You know, this is a strange stunt to pull when you were already on a television show making money. This was the biggest, you know, show of his career or whatever, and it was really putting him on the map. He was able to do his music. He was just able to do a lot of things. So it just doesn't make sense, you know? Or was this his way of trying to get out of Empire? No, that's not it either, because they said that he was worried about his job. I don't know. There's so much speculation as well. And I think that's another thing. Like, so many people, every time something happens, it's like you'll have the majority of one percentage of people saying, oh, he's guilty. And then you have this other percentage, it's usually almost split in half, saying, oh, he's innocent. And that's with all these cases, I mean, that I've talked about today. You know, you have all these people that feel a certain way, and then all these other people that feel a certain way, but there are no facts a lot of times. A lot of times there's no facts. People are just basing it on how they feel or what they would have done in that situation, or their assumptions, or what the people in their life say is right or wrong. So the point of the matter is, we need facts. You know, we need facts to prove that he's either innocent or that he's guilty. And I mean, if he doesn't have anything showing that he's innocent, then he is guilty, because there's nothing showing that he hasn't lied about this. And the story is very far-fetched as it is. So Jussie, it's up to Jussie to come to us with something. And I must admit, it's cool that the cameras are going to be there, because we get to see this play-by-play. But I don't know if it's good for Jussie. You know, I don't know if he wanted the cameras there, but I'm not sure if this is good for him, because, I mean, how is this going to affect how he looks? You know? I don't know. But anyways, what do you guys think? I know most of you guys think that Jussie is 100% guilty and that he should be thrown under the jail and all of this, because I've heard, you know, the comments on other videos that I've done, and I've you know, heard people talk just in different formats. I'm sorry, platforms that I've watched. And yeah, you know, I don't know. I'm the kind of person, I can use common sense and say this sounds crazy, but so many things sound crazy these days, and then something will happen and you're like, what? I didn't see that coming. So now at this point, I just want to see what Jussie is going to say in this trial, because if he wasted all these people's time and all these taxpayers' money, you know, to take this to trial, and he really doesn't have anything, I think it's going to be unfortunate for him. You know, it's just crazy. Like, why would he drag this out like that? Why, Jussie? Why? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching the video. This was kind of a long video because I was doing a recap of like what's been going on since the last time I did a video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to share the video, and also I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Thanks for watching. Peace.